What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Comrade Coyle's back.
Oh, this episode.
We got Courtney.
So many things.
Make sure you follow Pod Has No Name on Twitter. Make sure you follow the Culture page at CultureTPL. We have Coyle here. Follow him at Ruzer24 and Courtney at Courtside Seats. I'm Chris, Mr. Crockpot. Today is a quick recap of episode 2 of season 3 of Stranger Things. Quick thoughts. Go, Courtney.
Hopper and Joyce, not happening. Radioactive rats. So many people are going missing. Again, why does this happen in this town?
Parasites. I don't know. What about you, Coyle?
Yeah, rats exploding and then turning into walking things. I don't understand.
First things first, we find Billy's alive. Oh my God! I thought for sure that he was gone, but we see him. The episode opens with Billy escaping. He's got slime all over him. He jumps in his car that somehow automatically starts up.
Again? It
didn't start.
Should then start. So kind of a little misplay there, but
What we see though is he's in the upside down world, and he sees a bunch of shadowy figures approaching him. And what do you know? It's actually a doppelganger or a copy of himself. What was your reaction to that?
I mean, crazy as hell, honestly. It's like, are we in the upside down? Is this person going back to the regular world for him? Like, we just don't know what this means moving forward. Who is Billy whenever we see him?
where's Barb? That's what I want to know.
He's yelling,
Where's
Barb?
Barb?
Barb's
I'm like,
back.
She's
Barb!
alive.
It's
She's
Barb!
not. I don't think she is.
She better be. Hashtag bring back Barb.
Pretty decent episode. Little things happened. I thought it was a little boring. What were your kind of quick thoughts on the general episode?
I loved it. I think we got like a deeper dive into the kids. I mean, they're like, what, 13, 14, that teenage Mike and Elle or something.
Yeah.
There's other couples forming. It's just like a cool thing to see them like in their tween years.
I think first, what's really neat about this show, what's so great about this show, obviously the music, the 80s vibes is so epic. They're all in a mall. Like, who didn't spend most of your days at the mall or the pool when you were a child growing up in the 80s? We all were. But first and foremost, the show has a lot of supernatural themes, fantasy themes, all that kind of stuff. But the bulk of the show is a coming-of-age tale about these kids that you can automatically relate to. And the show, the directors do such a good job of kind of like reflecting yourselves like through your childhood. And it's a coming-of-age tale. Like, we see Millie Bobby Brown dump that ass like 3/4 into the show. We see Mike lie to her. I'm like thinking, why would you lie to 11? Like, that's the last person you would lie to.
Right.
She obviously would know.
Yeah.
So obviously, that relationship is in hiatus. But I love how the bulk of the show is about these kids. And they're just, obviously, they're so great. So the bulk of the also show was Dustin and Steve, and I think Robin was her name.
Yeah, Robin.
They're cracking this Russian code. We find out the code is the week is long, the silver cat feeds when blue meets yellow in the west. So the kind of the mind blower here was that we find out that the signal's not coming from Russia. It's actually coming from inside the mall. What was your reaction to that?
I mean, I have no idea. We saw like the guy at the bar with Hopper, who was a flashback to the guy in Russia. So it's kind of all coming together. But like, why here? What's happening? Is he reopening the door? Is he trying to get access to Russia? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know where it's going. Like, I had an idea or a thought, and it's now not there anymore. So I'm totally just watching now. I don't have any idea what's going on.
Right on. And I think the other kind of shocker was the rat. So we see they're kind of in this basement, and this old grandma kind of captures one of the rats, and it blows up into the slime. And sure enough, that slime crawls out of the cage and down on the ground. It almost looks like some sort of like baby demi dog, like demi slime. I don't know what we're gonna call it. But yeah, that was kind of a neat little twist.
And then at the end you see looked like a giant version of that. So I don't know if that little thing gets bigger and becomes as like eats people or whatever it's doing. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see.
Well, there's kind of like 3 angles happening here. Like, Billy's living it, and like Nancy and Jonathan are trying to figure it out, and the teen kids like are just being teen
Living-
kids right
living
now.
their
But like Dustin's like trying to figure out the code. So like they're all going to come together at some point. How that happens, what it is, we don't know. We're only in episode 2 of I don't know how many.
Yeah. So the other big piece here is that Billy is infected with some sort of parasite. He's dealing with. You see him like struggling with the light from the sun. He's a lifeguard, and I don't know the other name of the lifeguard, but he kidnaps the lifeguard, brings her to that warehouse, and there's a monster that clearly does not bode well for that other lifeguard.
I think we're going to have 2 Billies in the next
We're gonna have
episode.
Yeah, so I don't know if she's going to die or if she's probably going to be cloned or copied or
Kind of
what.
the same thing. I feel like they're building like an army on the
Bartender.
other side. Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of like Body Snatchers vibes from the 80s, if you ever see that movie. But how would you grade this episode out of 10?
I would go 8.5. I'm going up from last episode.
I went down. I'm like 6.5 ish.
Mm-hmm.
To me, nothing really happened. We had some character building, but it was just a good episode.
Part of it was the fashion from Millie Bobby Brown for me. So
And the music,
yeah.
Material Girl. There was
Yes.
a whole like few-minute scene of
Falling into the gap.
We
they're
all
like
did
trying
it.
on different clothes, and you see Millie Bobby Brown's character, Eleven's character, just becoming doing what girls do, back then. So it was great. I give it probably around like a 7. I'm just dying to go see episode 3. What about you guys?
Yeah,
Yes.
let's tune in.
All right. Make sure you follow Pod Has No Name on Twitter, Culture TPL on Twitter as well. For Chris, Mr. Crockpot, Courtney, Courtside Seats, and Coil, Rezo24. See you later, guys. See you next time.